I'm wetter than an otter's pocket. Why did God not make me with bushier eyebrows? If you're of a nervous disposition, I suggest you look away now. I suggest I get a plaster. I'd like to say I could really go for a bishop's finger right now, but that sounds a bit wrong, eh? Good morning, my little seedlings. Chris here, the Country Cottage Gardener, and welcome you back to another video. I've got my caffeine, I've got my cholesterol-filled breakfast, and today I'm on a little job, but it's the hottest day. Well, it's going to be the hottest day of the year apparently. So today I'm actually along this busy main road, and I'm doing a little bit of fencing. Now I've turned up, and the customer has been fantastic. I wish all jobs were like this. They've already taken out a bit of this fence. And this is like chestnut fencing in here. Now traditionally with chestnut, if you have it in a field or whatever, like you would, then you wouldn't have concrete. But this one's got concrete in there. So I'm going to have to break out the generator, the breaker and everything, and get on and smash that through. Now I'm not going to do a lot of talking, because as you can hear, it's so busy here. So I'm going to do like interim chat. But behind me, see a sign and a lamppost. That was just down the road only a couple of days ago. An old boy's come down. I hope he's okay, but he's managed to take that out. So this has come as duly forced really, because this fencing here is gorgeous, curved top, hit and miss, trellis fencing. But we're going to be putting in concrete posts and concrete gravel boards. Anyway, let's crack on and do some work. So I want to be done by lunchtime. Oh, and there's my boys. Whee! When I say boys, I just want to elaborate that it's the people that supply my fencing. They're just driven by in their truck. Anyway, let's have a quick look at this fencing. So these are the panels. These are what we got. So this is what they call a hit and miss style. Hence the airflow can go through. So we've got hit one, miss one sort of thing. And trellis. Very nice. We've got the 16-inch gravel boards and the posts, and then these are extending strips. See, these are 1.83. 1.83 are the gravel boards, where these are 1.8. So all we do is we just extend them slightly on the outside by hammering some nails through, and job's a good one. Anyway, let's get out some tools. Right, it's warm already. It was 22 degrees at 7:30 this morning. It's 8:30 now, and I've already I've gone and got my breakfast, and I've done the first hole by the looks of things. Just spin the camera around quickly, and I'll show you how I work out the depth of the hole, and just run you through that if anyone's interested. These are the panels. So you want to measure the side of the panel. Now obviously, if you've got a 6-foot panel by 6 foot, you know it's going to be 6 foot, and this is 130, so this is 1.3 meters at the post end. So I always work backwards. Now I like to have the post as close, the panel as close to this gap as possible. I don't like seeing big old gaps along here. An inch is fine, inch is absolutely fine, but I don't like to have massive gaps. So what I do is I measure out the panel, and you can see there I put a little green mark, and then I go and add on the mark for the gravel board, which is 6 inches, and then you know the depth from the end of the post to there which is 37.5 inches, is how deep the hole's got to be. So that's about 38 inches there. Before anybody states the obvious, I know that this is overkill for this. For a 6 foot fence, I put 2 foot minimum in the ground. This is nowhere 6 foot fence. But this soil is so sandy. It's taken me an extra, what, 3, maybe 4 minutes to dig out that extra bit of ground. Plus, being this main road, it's good to have that little bit of extra security. You could cut down the posts. Now, something I would say is if you've got a concrete grinder, a 9 inch like I've got, then there is rebar in the middle of these, so expect your bar to either jam up, blunt and spark. But anyway, that's the first one done. Let's stick this post, which is an end post, so it's not a full H, it's only got like one cut out of it. Let's stick it in the hole and offer the first lot up, and then we can put a string line across to where we're going to be going down that end to roughly where the panels are going to end up. These aren't light, you're going to see me groaning, but I think these are about 90 to 100 kilo, these end posts each. Anyway, let's get on. Now I could edit this. I'm not going to, because this is the reality of fencing. I'm not happy with that gap up the top on the post. So I'm going to take the whole lot out. And I'm going to go down that extra inch. So as I said, I don't like big bits sticking out. It will look wrong, especially with this type of fencing. Let's take it apart and let's do it right. So, with these posts, you've got a smooth edge and a rough edge. I always like to put the smooth, more curved edge facing the way that really you're going to see more often. And I think you're going to see it more often from this direction. That's where all the houses are coming from. Going down the road, you're not going to really see it. So I'm going to be putting a smooth edge out that way, the rough edge that way. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So theoretically, that's bay number 1 done. I was saying that I didn't like any more than an inch. I've just had a look, that's 20 mil on this corner here, on this top bit. And the same with that. So, rough edge, smooth edge. This side of the post is rough. this side of the post is smooth. Got like a nice little chamfer ball nose on it. So there we go. Now I'm putting what I would class as the ugly side of the gravel board inside, because this is all going to be planted up with shrubs along here. And the good looking side is this side here. This is the side that's going to be seen most. So the thing that I've got to bear in mind when I come to do the next one is that these panels, we want them around the same size, around the same side. So we're going to be having this top bit matching over there. We could do it that it alternates, you know, so it kind of runs in and out. I've never done it that way. See, because they're small panels, I can always slot them out and slot them in. But I think I'm going to give that a try. I think I'm going to give that a try. See, alternating them around the other way, and see if it might not even be noticeable, to be honest. But apart from me, when I drive past this road with my little boy in the passenger seat going, I did that fence. As I'm sure a lot of people go past with their kids and go, I cut that lawn, I cut that hedge, I put that fence in. You see that house there? I painted that. Every father's prerogative, right? Stinks. Tell you what, this is hard. It's hard in the sense that it's hot, but there's something really smelly. Now, I'm not sure if it's that bin, or me. Probably a combination of the lot. There must have been a big shrub on this one because I'm battling through roots. Anyway, let's soldier on like a big boy. Let's soldier on like a big brave boy. That sounds right. Wetter than a wet thing on a wet day. Right, I'm just going to show you something that I'm doing quickly. I've just got the third post in. I'm going to spin you around and I'm going to show you something just for security. There's two ways of securing these posts, these panels, so they don't get stolen. I'm going to show you one way that I do it. So with these, clean that up, you've got a little hole here and down the bottom. Now you can get these brackets which are like this sort of shape, and they would go around the bottom here, and you would screw them into each one and they clamp around the post so you can't lift the panels out. Well, I haven't got those, so what I'm doing with these is just getting some coach screws, and these are stainless steel ones. I'm literally just pre-drilling, nice little wood hole there, and just putting those in, and they sink quite nicely into that hole when I'm doing them with the socket set. So obviously I can't do it on both sides, but one side is good enough to stop them being stolen. So let me show you doing that. Right, so there you have it. Literally just put one coach screw in there. It's nipped up nice and tight into the concrete. You might think it gets in the way of the next panel, but because we're using panel strips on these, they sink. The wood is so soft that it actually goes into them so well. So this is the one that's obviously got it on this side, and there you can see it's nipped up really nice and tight. So there's no concerns about it. It pulls that panel in lovely. So that one's in there nice and tight, but we do still have a little bit of a wobble on there. You can get these little strips off of these packing strips and put them down in there, but to be honest, I mean, what I have done before is crude, but you can drill a screw in there so it goes through and points out the other side, pushes it back, and then that's what holds it in place, but it's not necessary for this. Is at this point of the video, the country cottage gardener has decided to part way with skin from his little pinky finger. If you're of a nervous disposition, I suggest you look away now.
This old man, he played one, he played knick-knack on my thumb with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. This old man came rolling home.
I suggest I get a plaster. Right. Oh, it's a little bit unfortunate. At the last hole, I've got to cut the post. But rest assured, I've still got a foot and a half, just over a foot and a half in the ground, which is more than enough for this size fence. Hit the drain. You know, there's nothing I can do about it. As I say, with these, a foot and a half in the ground is more than adequate. I would have liked more because I could put more in, but 2.5 is perfectly fine. So, got the grinder, and I'm just going to slice a little bit off the end. Me little bubbles of lovely subscriberness. That is effectively it for the fence line digging, which is great because I've gone and taken, where was it? Oh, it's on that hand. I've gone and taken another chunk out of it. When you're hot and your skin is so sort of, I don't know, you've got the moisture in your eyeballs and your own sweat is blinding you. Why did God not make me with bushier eyebrows? So there we are. Let's have a little look down the fence line and then we'll get some concreting going. There we go. It's only a small fence line. I haven't done a fence for a while, filming wise, so this is quite a nice one to do, even though it is a scorchio day. That is a rather tasty straight little line we got going on there, my lovelies. That all across the top, beautiful. Right, let's get a container of water and get these concreted in the ground. I like using these drums rather than a hose pipe because, well, easier to move around if I'm concreting quite far away from a property, which I often am. A hose pipe is a bit of a pain, to be honest. So I bought 3 of these from a camping shop, and I think they were like, I don't know, £5 each. Seems to be worth their weight in gold. They do get pretty heavy when you're moving them around, because I don't know how many litres they are. 20 litres, I think. I don't know. But I might prefer to have these and then do a couple of trips with them. And also, if I'm going onto a site where there isn't an outside tap, which does happen quite often, I can take water with me. So there we are. Nice, easy solution to a problem, really. I could have drowned in my own sweat today. Do you know what? I'm going to sit in this bus stop here. I'm going to swing the camera around and just chat to you about the job. Oh, a little bit of shade. So, it's about 1 o'clock. And there's the fencing done. I had to cut that end post as you saw, but there's well over 1.5 feet in there for that one. That's where the drain was. Customer's really chuffed with the job. Paid already as well, which is always nice. Let's just go back so I can take a little photo for the old web page. Snap, snap, snap. Lovely, lovely. So we are. Hope you've enjoyed that video. Don't think I've lost as much skin as I have on this job. So I've got 3 lumps of skin that have come off. It's just where your hands are warming up, and then yeah, there it is. Anyway, do like, subscribe, drop us a comment, and if you've enjoyed this type of video, let me know, and we'll catch up on another one soon. Thank you very much.